Gervonta Davis, Lamont Roach, Part 2, June 21st, allegedly. Edgar Berlanga might need to get drug tested after his fight this weekend and his comments. We're going to get into that with my co-host Christine and a special guest. I'm going to let y'all figure that one out when we get there, right after this. Ladies, welcome, Christine. How you doing?
Hello, I'm doing well. How are you?
And our lovely guest, please, with the Dallas Cowboy accent. That's what I'm gonna call you from now. But continue. Let us know who you are, Mrs. Cowboy.
My, my name is Sharetta Metcalf, aka Chicken, and I am the IBF Bantamweight World Champion.
Shouts to that. I mean, you're a champion. That's kind of dope. I mean, women in boxing, I love it. You know, that's why Christine's here. I try to push it as much as possible. You know what I mean? A lot of ladies are starting to really take off. Shout out to what MVP's doing. You know, opening up their own division. But how you doing this week? How did you get the nickname Chicken? Can you please tell us? 'Cause
So I ran track, so it was Chicken Sticks. They call me Chicken Sticks. And they've been called this since I was younger, so I just took the sticks off since I've been older and just be chicken.
Okay, so you said you ran track. Did you ran track as you ate chicken? Like, I don't get how did chicken sticks go in there.
I got chicken sticks. I got loose chicken legs.
Oh, okay, I get it.
Yeah, I'm skinny.
But I don't know if you guys have you been paying attention to everything that's been going on recently in boxing?
I've been watching some of it. I try to stay more focused on the women boxing because men get enough attention.
No, that is true. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I will say this: the biggest rematch of the year, outside of the one that's about to happen in June, is Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor, which I think is in July, if I'm not mistaken. So shout out to those ladies.
Yes.
What do you think about them having a rematch? And actually, Amanda now becoming the what is she? What is it called? The head of women in boxing for MVP Promotions.
Oh, I mean that's cool. I mean I like Amanda Serrano, and she has really did her part in women's boxing. So, for them to do that for her, that's a really big thing, and I congratulate her.
No, I mean it's pretty dope, especially her being Puerto Rican. You know, what I mean, shouts to her, and it's dope because I really do it. And again, their fight probably was the best fight of last year. I mean,
It was. I felt like Amanda really won, but I feel like she won the first one too.
no, a lot of people feel that way. I mean, it's tough, man, because I feel exactly how you feel, but when you leave it up to the judges, that's what happens.
Those paychecks, I wouldn't even, I'll be mad, but I'll just be like, I keep losing. I keep becoming a bigger and bigger millionaire. I keep making millions and millions. And that's when the loss don't even matter, because at the end of the day, Mayweather messed up that if you lose, you're not a great, but all the greats have lost.
Absolutely.
Yes, and she done earned that right. So I mean, hopefully they can be able to get the decision right this time. I'm pretty sure she's probably trying to knock her out because she probably feel like that's the only way she can win.
That's why she wanted to do 3 minutes, and Katie Taylor denied it. She said, "No, we're gonna do 2 minutes. We're gonna keep it the same way." But I'll tell you what's gonna be crazy is the last one was the record for the highest grossing female purse of all time. Yeah. So I want to know what the purse is gonna be for part 3.
Yeah.
The purse.
Huge. And win, lose, or draw, they put on for women. I mean, they definitely.
They're not talking about it, so it must be a crazy amount. Because last time they was talking about it as soon as the fight was dropped.
It was $14 million the last one for both of them, which is crazy for women. You know what I mean? That's absolutely absurd.
I mean, it's not crazy.
Well, I mean, compared to what you guys usually get paid.
It's history. We're gonna say history because we deserve the same amount of money as the guys, because if not even just the same amount, it shouldn't be the biggest gap hole ever. Like, we barely even making 1%. of what world champion men are making.
No, and it's crazy because, you know, you guys are also putting your life on the line just like them. You don't get as much promotion just like them. I mean, they get way more promotion. They're the focal point. Every card is mostly men. It's very rare to get a female. So it is a step in the right direction, and I hope MVP and I hope Amanda does put an emphasis on all female cards. I'd love to see all female cards. You know, and there's a lot of female stars coming up. I love what's her name, Gabby Fandora. I think she's the future star. But you know, I just want to see more women. Period. And you're right. The scale of pay is it's foul because a lot of guys are getting that. Well, I wouldn't say a lot of guys are getting 13 million, but let's say they split in 7. But still, I mean, for that to be the record, at least we're moving, we're trending upwards.
Right
Is a good thing.
direction.
But
Yes.
but anyway, speaking of rematches, right? Recently, yesterday, Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach apparently is scheduled for June 21st for the rematch. And I know, Chicken, I know you haven't been paying attention, but have you been paying?
To that one though,
Okay, what do you think about what do you think about the first fight actually?
I feel like Lamont really won. Like it was a close fight, but when he took a knee, that was supposed to be a 10 count because let anybody else do that. And on top of his corner, like your corner ain't supposed to touch you with towels and all that stuff. Like when we drop our mouthpiece, they literally tell you no coaching, just rinse the mouthpiece out, put it back in the mouth.
Yeah.
That's all you can do. And so for them to do what they did, it's crazy.
No, I mean, and I mean, it's been followed by so many different videos, so many different excuses. I mean, have you ever had grease in your eye after doing your hair?
No, I don't really wear grease like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I wear grease, but not when I'm finna fight to where it's finna come in my face. Like, only thing that ever been in my face, like my hair came down.
Now there was a lot of controversy after the fight, right? You know, we heard the grease, the knee, the New York State Athletic Commission. Are they going to overturn the knee that was never called? The replay judges never reversed it. There was a lot of controversy behind it. And even Gervonta didn't actually want the fight. After the press conference, he said, you know, maybe I'll do this fight, you know, as the fourth fight of my last 4 fights. What did you feel about his comments? Because there's a lot of people criticizing his heart. How do you feel about those comments that he made of not wanting to fight an immediate rematch?
I mean, he sound like a sucker. I mean, because if everybody's saying that this man really won, and if he on your and he did what he did to you, why you won't give him his rematch? Like it's only fair. It's only fair. And my question is, how can you say that when he's a champion and they're ordering the fight?
Yeah.
Like they're ordering the so what are you gonna say? You're not gonna do it?
Yeah.
So then if you don't take it, you're gonna look like you really ducking.
And just as a human, you want to get that get back. It's just natural. Like, you want to make it clear the next time.
Yeah. You want to make, especially you being who you are. Like some fighters, I probably wouldn't care, but it's him. It's Tank.
It's crazy because Christine had a really good take on him, and she was questioning his mental toughness. She was probably the first person that came out. Actually, I came out and said, I felt like when he took the knee, that he was trying to break the momentum, that he didn't know what to do and he panicked. And
He really hit him with something. He did.
Yeah.
I seen him hurt Tank a couple of times.
Yeah, and you know, now a lot of people are now questioning it. They're coming out making a lot of comments. It's becoming the biggest news on the internet. And Paulie Malignaggi actually made these comments. I want you to hear this real quick.
Especially knowing what has been said about Gervonta behind the scenes for years that nobody has brings out, and it kind of brings to light why they keep matching him with 15 and 20 to 1 underdogs. There is a rumor that behind the scenes, the Gervonta, there's a lot of bitch in him. There's a lot of front runner in him. If you push him, he will break, he will fold. it starts to add up because Lamont is from the DC area. They kind of know this. They grew up around him. They fought in the amateurs.
His father, who's his coach, has coached Gervonta in fights.
So that thing sort of comes to light where it's been held back from the public with the limited opposition level that Gervonta's fought most of his career. So having said that, you don't want to start too fast. You want to measure your pressure and bring it out because you know already what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a guy that you know you'll bring the bitch out of him as the fight wears on. And you kind of started seeing that Gervonta fouling. There's an interpretation that he was trying to bite at one time. I don't really see it, but I've seen a lot of people in the comments saying he was trying to bite at one time.
Shoulder strike.
Then the taking
Okay, so all right, so
knee and
you're
whatnot.
saying he has to start that earlier.
But here's the thing, if you started earlier, you're still dealing with a physically talented. Gervonta Davis is mentally weak, but he's physically talented. So the way you get a front runner is you drag him to the late rounds.
Yeah.
So you don't want to take all the chances early on. Especially the front.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, when he said bring the bitch out of him, I was like, yo, that was wild. Christine, I'll start with you. You said it before, you question his mental toughness, right? You know Lamont. I know you guys have had conversations about the fight. What do you think about Paulie's comments? Because that shit is kind of wild.
I mean, I'm not gonna go as far as calling anybody a bitch or say, bring the bitch out of them. But definitely, we talked about this before. Mentally, he wasn't there. He was panicking, and then at the end of the fight, he was surprised. That there was a draw. I mean, I honestly didn't think he was going to lose. And because of the way he looked. He definitely, I don't know how he can strengthen that mental toughness. I think that for the next fight, it's going to even be worse.
Chicken, what would your take on Paulie's words in the fight? Because I felt like I agree with a lot of what he said.
How it is. These are men. So, you can't get mad about a comment like that because he really he was right. That's crazy. He was right. And then I actually was seeing that too. Like he started trying to do little dirty stuff, but Lamont did it back to him. So it was just like, dang, every time he came with something, Lamont came back with something.
Yeah, I seen the video where they talking about he bit him. When I watched the fight, I was like, yo, did he try to bite him? Like, he was trying everything in his power to kind of frustrate Lamont, and Lamont was just cool and collective. He just
He hit him low 3 times too, and nobody called that.
No, absolutely. And how much does it matter? And he brought up something I thought was really interesting with Lamont's dad used to train Gervonta. Knowing your opponent like the way he does, how does it play in Gervonta's head? Because it almost felt like everything that every tactic Gervonta tried, Lamont was already prepared for. Like he knew.
Yeah, he prepared for it. And I think that's what really made Tank think about a lot of things. He like, man, this fighter knows me. This fighter is a good fighter, and he really exposing me.
Yeah, I mean, Christine, what do you think about that?
Yeah, the same. It was definitely going through his head. He knows that whenever, Gervonta had times where maybe he lost or he didn't do good in sparring, he knew that he just totally mentally broke down. He knew a lot about him. We've seen it before where Sanisa Estrada was across from her coach in a fight.
Yes.
I think it was our last fight, maybe, before she retired. Same thing. It's some it can either strengthen you, which in Sanisa's situation, she was like, now I'm gonna kick this ass, But Gervonta, he didn't have that. He was like, he knows me. They know how I do. I don't know. I think that was going through his head.
It's crazy because, now we're going to the second time around, and it's literally months apart, right? We still don't know what's going on with Gervonta's corner. There's still a lot of beef behind there. I just watched an interview with Kenny Ellis, and they asked him a question, and the way he answered it, it was kind of wild because they were like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And they were asking him, what do you think about that? And he was like, well, the fans aren't wrong. And then the interviewer, shout out to Milltown City, was like, so what was your position in the fight? And he said that they demoted him to cut man. how does all of that gonna play? Of course, he
Hold on,
was.
so Calvin was the cut man?
No, Calvin was the second in charge, and Kenny was the cut man. They moved Kenny to cut man, which is crazy. Now you have the corner in disarray, right?
Yeah.
You got the beef with Calvin. You got
Yeah.
Gervonta. He doesn't look sure of himself, and now you're going into the fight 3 months, and is his corner back? I mean, that interview was just this week, or I think last week or something like that.
So this is the thing right here. I don't know about what's going on with him and Calvin. Like, I've been hearing little stuff, but I haven't really been following that part. Like, what's going on? I thought that was his dad.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I mean, we've been questioning it like crazy. And to me, I was talking to Iceman Scully, who's a trainer. He trains Better Beef, he trains Chad Dawson, a lot of fighters. And he told me, he said, a demotion like that is very disrespectful. You're gonna feel animosity. You might as well not put Calvin in the corner. You might as well, like, you know what, just go home. And I feel like Tank did that so he wouldn't look bad to the public, because we all know Tank, he's very critical. He's very emotional when it comes to the public. You know what I mean?
Very.
And clearly, going into this fight is what is it? What are we in March, April, May, June? Is 3 months enough time to get all of that stuff in order? I mean, you're a fighter, right?
Leave it back like how it was when he was winning. Just leave it back how it was. Make Calvin the second, you know what I'm saying, where he the one giving you the directions.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, he's a great coach.
He is. Yeah. There was too much commotion in the corner. I mean, can you imagine? You're fighting. And your coaches are arguing, and who do you listen to? They're giving you different instruction. They're both talking. Who do you listen to? How do you think?
Yeah, so it's just like now he's fighting his coaches, he's fighting his opponent, he's fighting the ref. Well, he ain't fighting the ref because the ref is on his side. He let him take a knee and all that stuff. So he ain't fighting the ref, but he fighting everything else.
But this is my question, though. How do you, I mean, first of all, we don't know what's transpiring with him and Calvin, right? And, when you're closest to somebody, you love harder and you hate harder as well, right? Like, it's just, when something has transpired within that corner that Gervonta is not saying, right? And I don't know if it's as simple as saying, you know what, Calvin, you're back to the front seat. Because even when Calvin was talking to him during the fight, Gervonta wanted no parts of that. Like, it was just like, it was very awkward. Yeah, they was arguing with Calvin.
Yeah, they were arguing. It was bad.
It was really bad. Like, it was, and Calvin hasn't really said much. And I was surprised Kenny even nodded and even acknowledged that there was a problem, because he even said, like, yo, I was the cut man for the fight. And I didn't notice in boxing terms that if you're demoted to the cut man, that's a huge insult. You know what I mean? You ladies are boxers, trainers. Please, how big of an insult is that?
I don't know, because my woman coach right here does both. So and she's up here. She's up here in my book. So I guess it is kind of weird to be a coach and then go to a cut man, because one thing for sure, the pay is way different.
Yeah, that's
from a cut
thing.
man and a coach.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see it being kind of like, it's almost like I don't want to totally get rid of you. I'm going to give you a little bit of pity. You can be my cut man. You've been there, but now I'm going to let you be my cut man. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Obviously, there's something going on. We've heard some interviews. We saw the body language. We saw what was going on in the corner. There's some things that need to be taken care of, and he's not going to be okay with things the way that they are now.
No, I mean,
and I feel like he don't even know how to resolve the situation.
No, that's another thing. I mean, men are hard-headed, right? Now you have two men.
Yeah.
And listen, he calls him his father, right? A lot of people feel like that's his father, so he says it. I've had disputes with my dad, and when I'm stubborn with the situation. But this, to me, this is really scary, because you're literally playing with this man. This is his career at this point. He has an opponent in front of him that clearly he can't solve. Plus all the stuff that's going on. Mentally, and we've said he's weak mentally. He showed it already. Do you think?
Yeah, I mean, he pretty much done said he pretty much just checked out.
No, but even remember the original pressers when he did the when they announced the fight. Remember they delayed it, then they finally had the press conference. None of his team was there. There was excuses made. Why isn't Calvin here? Like everything from the probably from the last year or 6-7 months, whatever it is, of this fight. It has to be mentally draining. Is it even possible to fix within these 3 months? Because you still got to train, you still got to trust your trainer, you got to trust the game plan.
Yeah.
I mean, and the animosity that they have, it doesn't even seem like they're even talking at this point.
Well, and the crazy thing is, Ring Magazine released today that Tank's team has reached out to try to get a fight with Loma instead of possibly the rematch.
No way.
They're trying to inquire about that next.
But that's crazy. Why you want to fight Loma when he done literally said he's retired?
Exactly.
Didn't he retire?
Exactly.
I mean,
So what they want is take somebody who hasn't been in the gym.
Yes.
Even though he does have a name.
That's telling. That's very telling.
no.
Yeah, you want to get somebody who hasn't been in the gym to get back in the gym just to train to fight you.
Yes.
I mean, think about it. Let's go through Gervontya's career. What did Paulie say? He's fought a lot of guys that are 15-1 underdogs. He had at one point Devin Haney in his division, Teofimo Lopez. He still has Shakur. He has a bunch of names that'll make him way more money than he's fighting, and he's pulling guys up from 126, Santa Cruz, pulling guys down, Barrios from 140, Ryan Garcia draining him. He doesn't fight the best, and you got to clearly now question, is Gervonta, and listen, I did an interview with Iceman Scully, and I questioned if he's a Hall of Famer. I literally clipped the part. It's like a minute. I put the interview out. Gervonta immediately responded in 3 minutes and called me a bitch, all types of shit. All because I swear to God, all because I said he wasn't a Hall of Famer. So this man is clearly the most mentally weak individual out there.
Absolutely.
So
I mean, it don't matter who you are too. If you can it can be the truth, but you're not even being disrespectful. He'll start getting disrespectful for him to even like come for Clarissa Shields the way he did.
Disrespectful too. I ain't gonna lie. That shit was crazy.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, she a woman. You know what I'm saying? And then the way he came for Buzz kids and
His wife.
with his wife
Disgusting.
and stuff like that. Why are you talking about people? Why are you messing about women? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's up with that?
And nobody was like calling him a bitch or whatever. They were just talking about their opinion and what they thought, just like you were.
I mean, it's kind of crazy. Let's get back to the Loma thing, right? Let's be honest. Loma's late 30s. He had a crazy amateur career. He's got a lot of wear and tear in his body. He sees a win that he can hang his hat on that's not as dangerous. Listen, clearly Lamont is in his prime, right? He knows him very well. He pretty much beat him in the last fight. And you're looking for a gimme fight? And I'm not saying Loma's a gimme, because if Loma shows up as the old Loma, I'm gonna tell you right now, he wins the fight.
He's not showing up as the old Loma.
And that's what I think Gervonta's banking on. Yeah,
he's not showing up as the old Loma. Like Loma, he was great. He's old now. He done been doing this for almost his whole life.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? It's a reason why he just went ahead and retired.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that came out today that he inquired about Loma. So he's literally trying to duck. So I mean, maybe that answers our question. They can't believe that they could get stuff in order before the Loma fight? And I think that's the answer. I think it's no.
On top of like, what is he gonna do? Because if he don't fight Lamont, we'll see if the WBA takes his belt. Because if you didn't order the rematch and he don't take the rematch, that means they take your belt.
Listen, let's be honest. They emailed him that belt. He didn't win the belt. He didn't be the champion. That was a belt that was vacated. Let's be honest. And I'm tired of people, the Gervonta Davis apologists out there. He didn't win the belt. Like
he sure did. I remember he said, "I don't want that damn belt." Because he said he didn't even want it.
Yeah. He
no.
did.
I mean, I don't think listen, Gervonta said he doesn't care about belts. He doesn't want to pay the 3%, which I'm with him with that. But at the same time, he doesn't want to dare to be great either. He doesn't want to fight Shakur. He doesn't want to fight these guys. You know what I mean?
No.
So
It's really messed up for him not to give you know what? At the end of the day, he done been taught by people like Mayweather. Hey man, we don't care about what the people want and none of
no,
that stuff.
chicken
We
apple.
just trying to get paid. Because at the end of the day, you are who you are. So it don't matter who you fight.
Yeah,
People gonna show up. People gonna buy the fight.
no, I hear you, but think about it. Even Floyd's like last 10 fights, you're still talking about Manny Pacquiao. You're still talking about Miguel Cotto. I mean, this guy doesn't even have. Gervontya's biggest win to this day is I mean maybe you could argue Santa Cruz was light, but it was when he took the belt off of
Barrios.
no, not even Barrios, the Puerto Rican kid. Oh my God,
Pedrogino?
yes, that's his biggest win. That's the last champion he fought, and it was like 7 years ago.
And y'all are right, and you're right. And you know, we talk about Mayweather and fighting, you know, the bigger names, Manny and all them later on, which he did. It was later too,
That was
but
damaged and old though.
so that's what I'm saying. So that's exactly Tank is taking a page out of his book.
Yeah,
Now, allegedly, if the team is trying to talk to Lomo's team. So trying to do the same thing. So you go down history and you just read, oh, he fought Loma and he beat him. But
Yeah.
nobody oh, well, yeah, he beat him. I mean, look what he's been through.
Right.
yeah, but I feel like with everything that's transpired within the last couple months, it's showing how mentally weak you are. Like I can guarantee he's not sleeping well right now. Lamont Roach is sitting there. Lamont Roach knows he's living rent free in Gervontya's head.
Absolutely.
And listen, for a move to be played like that, especially if you think about it, this fight makes more money than the Loma fight. Period.
Yes.
Everybody
I
wants
ain't
to
gonna
see it.
lie. With the rematch, where they said the rematch was gonna be at.
They said they were talking about Vegas. They were talking about making it in Vegas.
That's what I'm saying. We might show up for that. Then that's around Juneteenth almost weekend.
Yep, June 21st. Exactly. So to me, listen, if he doesn't take this
Yeah.
fight, and if he pivots to a Lomachenko fight, or even pivots to somebody else, I mean, listen, I don't know how you could defend it. I
You
mean,
can't defend it.
listen, I know 100%, but it's just crazy. I almost feel like that's what's gonna happen, unless this is a move to get more money. I don't know, but if
I'm gonna get my charger. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
you good. I mean, Christine, it's kind of crazy. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I just saw that this morning.
Jesus
And
Christ.
I reposted. I was like, not interested. Not interested.
No, I mean,
Don't want it.
there's nobody else you could fight at this point, bro. Like, even if you was to pivot and say, yo, I'm going to fight, I mean, all your pivots, if you're going to fight Shakur's too dangerous. Keyshawn Davis.
Yeah.
Like, they're all looking at you as food right now. They're all looking at you like, yo, as long as I get this guy
They are.
to the middle rounds, I got him. And Lamont Roach,
Gosh. He would. He cannot fight any of those guys. He would lose to them, and he would not be able to hold his head up anywhere. It would destroy him.
I'm gonna say
He can't deal with it.
Shakur defense is like on another level.
oh, absolutely.
Definitely.
And listen, the one thing about and even Shakur is Shakur understands boxing. Like, he's a student of the game, and he's seen what Lamont did. Even Jamal Herring was talking about when he was like, "Look, I fought him, I beat him, but he's tough." Shakur can
Yes,
take a lot of
close fight.
what Lamont did, and you know, pretty much adapt it to his own style. So it's just crazy the position Gervontya's put himself in right now, and
And what Paulie said was true. It's like you really got to take your time with him. You have to take your time and mentally and physically break it down because
That's what
a lot
Lamont
of
did.
other guys-
His team tell him to stay patient.
Yes, but everybody else went in there like Ryan, and they all went in there trying to take him out, knock him out. You can't do that. You take your time. You take your time. Break
no,
it down.
and then there was footage that came out of him, I think, in the amateurs, and he did the same exact thing. Somebody was beating the brakes off of him, and he went to a knee. It was literally identical, and it was a shout out to Two Tone. He had pointed it out, and I'm just like, man, like, everything's coming out now, and this is somebody that said they wanted to go to therapy. They don't want to be here, and I was told when somebody says they want to retire, they're already retired mentally. If you're sitting there as a boxer,
Jared Anderson, he said the same thing. What happened?
yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, and it's crazy because it will be his biggest fight ever, his biggest payday ever, possibly.
So Jerry, he not fighting no more.
I mean, he did, but he didn't want to be there. I mean, he when he fought the fight before this one, he got just slayed.
You know,
And then this last
Come
fight
on,
that he
but
had,
Bukowski,
yes,
I mean, that was pretty much that was just his biggest payday of his life. Like
it was.
because
But he said he didn't want to be there. Even this next fight, he's like, man, this guy's gonna go 10 rounds. I don't want to go 10 rounds. He said that in the corner. This last fight he just had, I don't want to go 10 rounds. You know, and you can see it. He did not want to go 10 rounds. You're not gonna say that.
Yeah.
You are.
oh, so they want opponents they can knock out.
What did you say?
So they want opponents they can knock out really.
That's
And if you
what I'm
gotta keep
saying.
working hard and really get exposed,
Yes.
because in the later rounds, that's when you really get exposed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they don't want to fight. That's crazy. This is what I'm saying. That's why these guys should not be getting paid the way that they're getting paid. Because they not really like it's just not
Going
fair.
through the motions. Some of them are just going through the dance. Just
Yeah, they just emotional. They just got picked up by a good promoter that was able to put them out there, and these guys really is not what that is. And that really makes a lot of women mad because we be grinding and we want these. Like I was happy to be able to fight 10 rounds. I feel like I get better
yeah.
as the rounds go.
It's just kind of sad because I feel like, and this is not for all fighters, and I don't want to make it a racial thing, right? But when it comes to the black fighters specifically, I feel like when it's not the girls, but the male black fighters, if they feel like they get an O or if they lose their O, they get destroyed. Like I mean, look what they did to Errol Spence. Bro, Errol Spence is one of the greatest fighters ever. They talk about him like he's dog shit right now. You know?
Yeah.
I feel like they talk about him because he haven't got back in the ring since the loss.
Yeah. Yeah. Now,
It's just like, are you gonna fight? Like, what's going on?
I mean, honestly, I think he should
Honestly,
retire.
He doesn't. I don't want him to. I really don't. I think he really got destroyed by blood. I just don't think there's. I think he's okay, but I don't know. I haven't seen him lately. I don't know. I hope he is, but I don't want to see that again. That hurt.
Yeah.
It hurt. That hurt.
Even though I was going for blood, I knew he was gonna win. It hurt. That was a beat down.
And I had to fight 50-50. You know
Everybody
what I'm saying?
did. Everybody did.
Yeah.
But in terms of talking about the O, I think that's where Floyd really influenced a lot of the American fighters of getting a loss ruined your career. And I feel like that's why you see a lot of people avoiding him. That's why when I see like Devin Haney trying to fight everybody, I can't be mad at Devin. Devin fought Lomachenko. He fought he fought guys, you know, and even Ryan Garcia trying to call out Bud, trying to call out whoever, Teofimo Lopez, calling like that's how it's supposed to be. That's why I feel
And they
for
young.
some of these
So
guys.
I mean, you gonna see some of their best. They gonna be energized. They what's up right now.
But
true.
speaking of what you just said, which I thought was a good point, Chicken, of these guys getting with a great promoter and even great management with power, this weekend I think was an example of that. And I'm gonna play you this guy's opponent real quick. Edgar Berlanga had a fight this weekend. And his opponent
167.4, 167.4 from Mantequilla. 167.4.
His opponent is named Mantequilla, which
I was
actually
like, mantequilla, that's butter.
butter.
In Spanish.
It's butter. Yeah, it's Spanish.
I
And
like-
he looked like a melted ice cream cone.
Yeah.
And you know that little Teletubby or whatever somebody had posted a little Teletubby with the I said, and people laughing at my comment on the zone. I said, is that even a fighter? But then somebody was like, oh, he used to be a good fighter. He was a top contender.
10
And I
years
said,
ago.
Where did they find him? He been working out.
But that's another thing. Again, like you said, listen. Edgar Berlanga fights this weekend. Apparently, he was beefing with Eddie Hearn. Excuse me. And that's his comeback fight off of the Canelo fight. He's allegedly wanted to do a fight in Puerto Rico. Eddie wouldn't do it. So Eddie said, we're going to do this fight. We're going to get you a win. Then we're going to get you the big fights. Now, he fights this guy. He knocks him out. People are like, whatever. Now, his comments are crazy. But before we get into that, right? His camp is saying that, this is what they're saying, that Eddie did that on purpose to sabotage him because he did not sign an extension with, I think with Matchroom or whatever. I'm not sure what it is. But he didn't sign an extension with Eddie. And people are critiquing him. But to me, I'm sitting there like, bro, like, prior to this, like, your opponents have not been great. I don't even know how the hell he got Canelo. Like, how did he become the number one contender? And
He's really dumb. Like, he's so dumb. He really think he larger than life, and to me, he as a fighter, he's trash. Like, he's really trash. He got exposed when he won his first fight, and he fought all them rounds. And you can really see he doesn't really have boxing technique. Like, he pretty much just want to knock you out in the first round. And if he doesn't do that, then there's nothing really else to really see from him. And for him to feel like Eddie owe him so much money after Eddie done already made him a $12 million payday, which I don't even feel like he's worth the $12 million payday.
Bro.
You know, he got that, and he still. That's why I get mad when they hype these people up the way that they do, these guys, and make them feel like they're worth this much, and they're really not worth a penny. Like, I feel like his biggest payday should be $100,000, not $12 million.
no, listen, he got, and it's funny because Eddie Hearn addressed him and he said, you know, I gave you showcase fights, which you know what that means. We gave you somebody to lay down, and I got you 12 million, and I got you to fight with Canelo, right? And you know, he feels like he's ungrateful, and it's kind of crazy because Eddie said something I thought was kind of crazy. He said, you know, free agency is not always good for everybody. Sometimes you just want somebody that's going to continue to pay you, and to me, that was more so directed. Of course, it was directed at him, but he made it into a broad statement. But it really pertains to him. Like, bro, you're not that great, and I'm making you
And
rich.
nobody else is gonna pick him up. You don't left Matchroom.
Bake Eddie some cookies and thank him.
Yes, because he's literally nothing. Nothing.
Bro,
and then on top of he's so disloyal. He has no loyalty. He has no loyalty with promoters. Like, you done left Top Rank, now you done left Matchroom. These are some of the top promoters. Who else is going to sign you? Nobody.
Yeah.
So what you think you're gonna do? Start your own promotional company, but you have no backing, no money.
Yeah, and that's what Eddie said as well. Yeah, I mean, it's funny. Somebody said Canelo Alvarez didn't really explain why he chose Edgar Berlanga. It was a bag. I think he got like 40 million. Canelo's like, I'll fight anybody that's worth 40 million.
Exactly.
But he's earned the right. He's fought a lot of people. You know what I mean? Like,
he can do that.
but it's.
Like I said, he needs to thank Canelo too.
Mm-hmm.
Thank him too.
Right, thank him too. Now he talking about he want a rematch with Canelo. Dude, you'll never see that man again in life.
Hold on,
unless y'all both had a fight together.
Hold on, we're gonna play these post comments from Edgar Berlanga, which I thought were insane. Watch this.
What's at the top of your list? What do you want to do next?
You know who I want? You know my hit list?
Jaime Munguia at the top of that?
Jaime Munguia, Jamel Charlo, Caleb Plant, and Canelo. Vamos a hacer la revancha. Vamos a hacer la revancha el 2026. Vamos arriba. Tú sabes que Puerto Rico, México es el mejor, ¿oíste?
I like the Caleb Plant fight. I think that's a brilliant fight. You know, two guys that are going to really spice it up at a press conference. Two great fighters, two great 168 pounders.
Fuck Plant. Fuck Plant. Fuck Plant. Fuck Plant.
Now, I want your guys' reaction on his comments, right? But my immediate reaction was, Eddie Hearn didn't even acknowledge the Canelo rematch.
Because could he already know Canelo? Next. Dude, I gave you a free payday. Have a nice
He doesn't want to lose money. He's a businessman. He's not in the business of losing.
No,
he just literally just giving him money. And for what he just did and don't want to re-sign, baby, you'll never see Canelo again.
No, listen, first of all, the Canelo fight should have never happened. Let's all be honest. It should have never happened. You know what I mean? His promotional team, Kevin Connolly, Eddie Hearn, and he said it, we got you the Canelo fight. You really didn't deserve the fight. You didn't beat anybody. Yeah. You didn't beat a Charlo. You didn't beat a Plant. You didn't beat a Benavidez. Right. You didn't beat a Pacheco. Yeah. Nobody, and you got the fight.
Nobody.
You should be grateful. And then, like,
I don't even know none of his fighters that he fought.
100%. But the thing that bugs me out is he's acting like, yo, we going to make the Canelo rematch. You know, Puerto Rico, Mexico. I'm like, bro, you was the undercard to Jermaine Ortiz on your comeback. How? That's insane. Yeah. And you're calling out Canelo?
Yeah.
On a rematch? And then you started
he wasn't even the main event, dude.
No.
I wouldn't mind the plant fight.
Yes.
I would like that. I like Caleb. You know, He's
I do
had some
too.
losses, but he's fought some guys too. I respect
Yeah,
that.
but that'll be a credible opponent for him. At least fight him and then say something about Canelo. Fight him and fight Charlo. He'll even fight Munguia.
Yes.
He needs to fight them 3 before he even
Yes.
try to think about Canelo.
Plant, Charlo, Munguia in that order.
Yes,
Listen,
yes.
And this is the crazy thing about that, right? When he started the F Plant, the chant, right? Nobody responded.
Nobody said
He was
nothing.
sitting there by himself, like, oh shit, this is bad. But the
Yeah.
thing that made me laugh was everybody wants to see him fight Plant, not because they think he's gonna win. They really believe Caleb Plant's gonna put hands on him. I think Caleb
He
Plant's
did. I
gonna
do
beat him.
too.
I think so.
But it's
And
almost
they
like,
get
yo,
into
get
it.
him out of here already. Like, he can't, listen, who at 168 do we believe Edgar Berlanga could beat? Can he beat, and Billy? Can he beat Pacheco? Can he beat Caleb Plant? Can he, I mean, I don't think he beats Charlo. So it's kind of like, and I feel like,
Charlo hadn't fought in years. I don't think he beats Charlo.
no, and I think Eddie Hearn sees the writing on the wall. He's like, bro, why would I extend you to a 4-fight deal when, in my head, if Eddie's thinking logically, you can't beat Caleb Plant.
Well, but also, Berlanga's out here saying I'm a free agent.
Yeah.
Too anyway. So I'd be like, okay. I mean, whatever. Go do your thing. Go do your thing.
No, but absolutely. But as a promoter, right? When you sign somebody, you say, all right, I'm going to give you, I don't know, I'm going to give you $5 million per fight. You are, as a businessman, looking into the future saying, all right, I'm going to get him. This fight's going to beat this guy, and that guy, right?
Yeah.
He's to the point where he can't go fight another Montequilla. He can't go fight these guys. And then you got to look at it realistically. Can he beat these guys? Because if he could beat Caleb Plant, now we're cooking with grease, right? But
Right.
I don't think Eddie Hearn believes it.
I'll be an Edgar Berlanga fan because I ain't gonna even lie, Caleb, that's my guy.
He's a dog.
Like, he can fight.
Dog.
And I really had him against the monster.
Yeah.
I really did.
Yeah. You know, and listen, he fought against him. Listen, that guy, first of all, Caleb Plant is cerebral, right? He's intelligent. That fight with McCumbee, that's another guy. I don't think he could beat McCumbee. Why didn't he fight McCumbee? I had McCumbee on the show. McCumbee wanted to fight him, right? But, listen, I'm with you guys. I think Caleb Plant is the fight to make. But if you're a businessman, do you feel comfortable investing in millions to a guy that you don't believe can beat the guys that are in front of him?
You're going to lose money.
Yeah.
You're gonna lose
Lose
money.
money.
No, I mean, Christine, you made a good point last time. You said, I think it was the last show, you said, if I put up 100,000, right? And, a lot of people say, oh, I want to put up 100,000 to make 200,000. You got to kind of think like that with Berlanga. Berlanga is not a big name. And to invest into multiple fights, he probably can't win any of those fights. You're going to lose a lot of money. He can't beat Munguia. So, to me, I feel like a lot of people, and, like I said, his camp has been in my inbox killing me. You know what I mean? Like, they're just like, yo, you're Puerto Rican, how can you not salute?
They've been harassing him.
Oh my God, no, it's so bad. And I'm just like, bro.
Plant has been playing into. He's been really clowning Berlanga, and so
As he should.
I say I wouldn't mind seeing that.
No,
Build up.
that is the fight to make. I think that's the only fight. But I don't think he can win that fight. And I think Eddie Hearn sees it like that. I think Eddie Hearn wants to do a one-fight deal. Hey, I'll get you the fight.
That's the smart thing to do.
Yeah, I just don't. Yeah, I don't believe you can beat any of the top contenders at 168, and I think history has showed that.
And he was being nice when he said they're both great 168 pounders.
He's not great. Caleb Plant is great. I give Caleb Plant.
He's great.
Yeah.
Berlanga's okay.
But apparently, Edgar has a different perspective on his ability, and I'm going to let you hear this.
Different level now, I'm gonna do the same thing to Plant. I'm gonna do the same thing to Munguia. I'm gonna do the same thing to Charlo. I got dynamite in these hands. And like what Floyd Mayweather told me, he said, yo, kid, you got dynamite in them hands. Just let them shits fly. Nobody's gonna stand there with you. Nobody. You hit too hard. You're too smart. IQ. Different level now,
Floyd was capping. Floyd had a couple drinks in him. You know what I mean? I don't know what happened.
No, Floyd, because Floyd don't even drink.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. He was on
He
something.
ain't told him that. we can try to blame it on the alcohol, but there's no alcohol involved.
But it's just crazy. You know what I mean? Shout out to me too. Shout out to everybody in the chat. It's just crazy how I wish other people as confident as me. I don't know if it's confidence or if it's him just being delusional. But his team, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's absolutely insane. I mean, they threw him a party for losing against Canelo. I've never seen anything like this in my life.
Yeah, that was crazy. I mean, I was one of the people that said, Berlanga actually looked better than I have seen him with Canelo. Like he looked. I thought he was gonna get destroyed.
You're right.
I gave him credit.
I gave him credit.
But I'm gonna have a party and say he can beat anybody.
Well,
that's what makes me mad because because he lasted with Canelo.
Yeah.
He just feels like, I'm on top of the world because everybody else gets knocked out.
Yeah.
Right.
No, but not only that, I mean, if you really break down that fight, right, he didn't really try to fight Canelo. That's one. And he's a big kid. He walks around at about 200
He was
pounds.
very big, so he was able to absorb the punches more.
He said he walks around like at 205, 210. Canelo's not a very big man. So, like, I mean, dog, you didn't want to fight him. And, in order for somebody to get a knockout, it's very difficult unless somebody else is trying to dance with you. You got to, somebody's trying to fight you. And he wasn't trying to do that, but to celebrate it is absolutely absurd. Like, I was sitting there like,
crazy.
And then your follow-up is this. I mean, I'd like to see him, I'm not a big fan, but I really believe that Eddie Hearn sees the writing on the wall, and I think this is it
He
for him.
does. He's a smart man. He's a very smart man. And it's like, so he wanted a participation ribbon because, he got an Canelo.
That is crazy, Christine. That was disrespectful.
That was funny, Coach.
Oh, yeah, that was disrespectful. I mean,
Is there participation?
that's
Oh my God.
crazy. I'll tell you this. I mean, I think you're right. I think Eddie definitely sees the writing on the wall. I think this next fight, if he gets the Caleb Plant, probably will be his last. I don't see him getting bigger fights. And again, I think it's very telling that he was the undercard to a Jermaine Ortiz fight. No disrespect to Jermaine Ortiz, but
I love Jermaine, but
like, that is wild to go from Canelo to that. I mean, even Munguia went from Canelo, even though he got knocked out or whatever his last fight or his second fight coming back, he was the main event. Like, it's just, I don't know, man. Like, I'm just not a real big fan of Edgar, and I hate to say it, but I think it's the end of the road for him. But enough of that.
At an early age.
Yeah, I mean,
and really his cockiness is what really just killed it for him. He too cocky to fight nobody. He's too cocky to fight nobody, and he has to realize that he had good promoters who hyped him up way more than he really was. And instead of him just staying with these people and let them keep building him to be the bum that he is, the bum that he is.
Oh, the bum is crazy. Right. Girl.
Because now he's gonna be a credible person. They got a good record, but when he fights the Munguias and the Charlos and the Plants and everybody else, they gonna just in.
Yeah, I mean, it is. I mean, he did say he might go to heavyweight, so I don't know. Who knows? Maybe he goes to heavyweight.
Oh, no.
So the heavyweight, he won't even stand a chance.
No.
Well, Chicken, let us know what you got going on coming into the future. What fights you got going on? Let us know. Let us know what you got going on.
So we're supposed to be having a fight coming soon. We haven't announced it yet because we're still in negotiations right now. So hopefully I'll be fighting at the end of April. I mean, I'm in the gym. We just waiting on my promoters to finalize it.
So we're in March. You said end of April. That's enough time to. I mean, I don't know. Is that enough time? What's the ideal training camp for you?
It came to me about last week. Like a week or so? Yeah, like a week.
Like a week, yeah.
Yeah, so I've been training. I mean,
she stays in the gym. She stays in the gym. So
it's not a good time.
She's not in the gym.
Yeah, it's not a good time limit because, like, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Because I feel the same way, me as the world champion, and when I see these other girls get the fight, they able to announce the fight, everything about the fight.
3 months ahead of time.
2-3 months ahead of time as the world champion. But it seemed like every time with me, I'm only getting 5 and 6 weeks, 7 weeks to even like say anything or do anything, and it's really like frustrating me and making me so mad because it's just like I feel like they're not letting me become a good champion. You're not letting me get promoted as the champion. Like you're not making me seem of value.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like really make me look of value. Because if you're not doing that, then that's why they're trying to come at you with low offers and fast fights. Because they feel like she just a girl with a belt.
Yeah.
No, I mean
That's
it's
how I
kind of
feel.
disrespectful. Like, to be honest with you, like
It's very disrespectful, and I've made that so clear behind closed doors how highly disrespected that I feel about this whole situation. You know what I'm saying? I feel so disrespected. I'm highly upset about a lot of things, but I just be quiet.
I mean, especially when you're the champion, you're the hunted. So everybody, I mean, I'm not familiar with a lot of the females, and I know, I mean, are you familiar with all the females that are gunning for you? Because I know they're very familiar with you being the champion. So that has to be some type of a disadvantage for you.
I think that is the disadvantage because they seem like, oh, we can just come at mid-cap with anything. Because one thing for sure that I want to get out there, I'm not hurting for no money. So when you come for mid-cap, you need to come with some real money. Like, stop playing on my top. Stop playing with me. Like, come with some real money. Like, I'm a real businesswoman. I'm out here, I hustle every day. Like, I done seen some real money. So when they try to come at me with $20,000, $25,000, that's like spitting in my face. Because I have that already in my bank account.
25. You're a champion.
That makes me
25,000.
It makes me, yes, that's what they try to come at me with. And it's like
Jesus
I
Christ.
have to stop everything I'm doing to train. So it's like I'm training to go fight to just pay myself back after all the money that I'm missing.
I mean,
It's like going backwards.
To be a champion and be offered 30,000 is absolutely absurd.
Absurd. Yes. That's why I don't have the manager I had anymore. Because if you sitting here agreeing with these people about this money, you cannot be a good manager. You cannot be a good manager. And therefore, that means you just sitting around just trying to collect whatever you can off me.
No, absolutely. I mean, but
I can negotiate that.
Yeah. I mean, it is a little absurd, and that's why we have to root for somebody like Amanda Serrano with MVP Promotions and what they're doing with Netflix, because to be offered a champion 25,000, and to be honest, it's because you're a woman as well. I mean, are they offering male champions 30,000 a fight? Are they offering that? That's
No way.
And it's because of the position I'm put in. Because it done been times that Matchroom called me as a last minute opponent and was trying to give me more than that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was around the time it was during the pandemic, yeah, but it's just bad out here.
But
and
a lot of times
they think I'm done. I don't know because I'm a black girl and I'm in America, and I don't know what they assuming of me, but that's not a payday.
No,
That's not a payday. That's not nothing that I'm thinking that I'm sitting here changing my life for and putting my life on the line, and they was to tell me that was a payday that I was gonna get. They like, no, I don't heard of other paydays, and I know that that's not the payday that other girls are getting. I know that they're not.
it's insane though. If you think, especially at being called for a last minute fight, you're literally just a fill-in for the person that they're pushing to lose to beat. So, I mean, I don't know how you do it. You gotta love boxing.
In my head, I didn't even feel like I was gonna lose to them girls. Like, I remember one time they called me to fight Hayami Choi, and she at that time she fighting at 130, and you know me, I'm still little. I still wanted to take the fight. I still wanted to take the fight. I felt like I could beat her, but I guess her team didn't want it because I'm tall. So even though I'm little, I'm still tall. So I have a good advantage, and I know how to use it.
I mean, the reason I brought up the one, they know you lose, like that's what they do. Like, a lot of times if they're invested in somebody, They don't want you at the full capacity. They don't want you so they can catch you a couple weeks notice or even
they're
a week.
gonna catch you off guard when they think you haven't been in the gym. Absolutely.
And that's so messed up when I'm signed to a promoter. So I'm thinking that I should be more protected. Really?
Absolutely. Yeah. So I'm gonna end it with this because I know we all gotta run around. My wife wants to go to Costco and spend money, so there goes that. But what is your hit list? Who do you envision fighting over the next couple years? Who do you want to fight?
I still want that bitch Ebony Bridges. I'm happy she done had her baby. I hope this bitch is in the gym. Oh, we know what the baby still new, so she gotta wait like 6 weeks to 8 weeks to get back in the gym. But I definitely want her, cause she has a lot to say. But then she says it's subliminal. But when I directed that to her, she ignores me.
Yeah, she does.
She don't say nothing. She say other stuff in posts or whatever. But when I say something, no, it's crickets. So yeah, I still want to fight her. I want the winner out of the WBA fight. You know, well, Dina Thorsley, if she got the belt still and we come for her, then yes, I want to be able, but I want to be active as much as she is. Like she had to fight like 3 or 4 times a year. Yeah. So if she in her mojo. So when I fight her, I want to be in the mojo just like that because I don't want no disadvantages against me. Like it's like I'm not really getting the fair advantages like everybody else. But I'm peeping it and I'm saying something now.
No, I'm with
Because
you.
everybody know me. They know I ain't scared of nobody. But I had to learn that it's not about being scared. It's all about business. It's all about the smartest and how you move.
Hold on, so my wife stepped in. What did you say, babe? No, he's not fighting Canelo. Canelo's fighting Skull. Oh, Christine says hello.
Your wife talking to you. Hey.
Get those Legos. Get those Legos.
She said, get those Legos. I told her about you in the Eiffel Tower.
Oh, girl.
Yes.
I will be spending his money.
Jesus.
That's right.
Get out of here, lady. Get out of here. But Chicken, I appreciate you coming on. Let them know where they can find you, girl.
Y'all can find me on Instagram. That's DA. You know, that's how we talk down here.
I hate the Dallas accent, but you guys make great steak in Dallas. I'm not gonna lie.
You said what?
The food in Dallas is amazing. I'm not gonna lie. The steak, but you guys were, when I went to a spot, they were serving gator and they were serving like frog legs, and I was just like, ugh, that's disgusting.
Yeah.
Hold on, where'd you go? Did you go to like Razoo's or?
I stood by the by Eli Manning's stadium that he owns in Dallas, right there. I stood right there, and it was I don't know what it was, but the food was really
It was
good.
like a Cajun restaurant.
I don't know what it was. I was
I
staying.
mean, we do eat gator, yes.
I'm gonna say, gotta be a place like that to eat.
It was in, I think Arlington. I think it was. That's next to the stadium. That's right.
Okay.
So I mean, I was like, frog legs. I'm like, Dallas.
Yeah, I'm
what's
gonna
up
have to
with
see
that?
what that is. I'm trying to see what it is. 'Cause I know frog legs be at like Papados and places like that.
Yeah.
So you guys have eaten frog legs?
Yes.
Well, I haven't. I just
have. It's good. It
Ew.
tastes like chicken. Tastes like chicken.
You lying. Why does everybody say everything tastes like chicken? That's
It
insane.
does. It really does.
Because look, you know, down south, especially with black people, you know, we love chicken. If it tastes like chicken, we love it.
Bro, that is hilarious. Somebody said, Jamar says Eli Manning does not own the stadium. Look at the first victory on the wall when you go into Dallas Stadium in Dallas was Eli Manning. All right, guys? Eli
Bro, I'm
owns the
about to
stadium.
end this live. I'm about to hang up on you.
I hate the
man.
Cowboys, all right? I like you, Chicken. I do not like the Cowboys, all right?
Say you don't like Jerry or something, but you gotta love the Cowboys.
I'm a Giants fan. I can't. The 49ers and the Cowboys, I hate them. And I'm mad at you, Christine, for being a Cowboy fan. You look like a Giant fan.
No.
That's crazy. But Chicken, listen, you can come on anytime. We need you definitely back on. Anytime you want to come on and talk shit. You know, you don't pull, I like the fact that you're not politically correct.
Don't tell that.
You know what I mean? Oh, she bounced. I don't know what happened. Christine. Oh, this way.
What happened?
Don't worry, guys, everybody out there, if there was any audio issues, don't worry, we're fixing it. Don't worry about it. I told Christine to go on her iPad. That was my fault, guys. But, yeah, I mean, Chicken, whenever you're, can you talk? Oh, no, her thing is off. Your volume went off when you signed off. But we'll sign off for Chicken. I appreciate you. Christine, Wednesday, we're back.
Thank you.
We're gonna fix all these technical issues. I appreciate everybody that tuned in. But yeah, I gotta go spend some money. I'm gonna send you part of that bill. You know what I mean? But go to the gym to handle your business, Christine. I appreciate you.
Take care. Thank
All right.
you.
All right. Again, that was Christine and Chicken. Make sure y'all support the ladies. You know, I support the ladies in boxing. We're always on Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays at 10 a.m. Eastern. She's in Dallas. I think it's 9 a.m. for them. Appreciate everybody. Flyer frequent. Yeah. I cover boxing, man. I hope you guys tune in. We're going to continue to grow. It's your boy Norbs, and we are out of here.